guys, welcome in. My name is Megan Fletcher.
Alex.
Hi, I'm Tamara.
Tamara. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Have a seat, please.
Thank you.
So, what brings you guys in today?
Well, we definitely have a few questions regarding some financial stuff. Kind of have a lot going on lately, and I thought we were doing really well, but some recent events kind of changed that up a bit.
Okay.
And
my mother, she recently got diagnosed with cancer,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
and it's been really hard.
Understand.
And we're just trying to do what's right and take care of her a bit, and it's been kind of stressful.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's a nice way of putting it. To be honest with you,
Okay.
I want to be really supportive, and I feel like I have been. But stressful, I think, puts it rather mildly. It's been stressful, financial burden. We decided to go ahead and move her in.
To your house?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest with you, and I think, Tamara, is starting to see all this, but, it's, and I'll be honest with you, I feel, kind of like, I feel like an ass, but, it just, I wasn't prepared for this, I like our home,
Yeah.
how it is.
Mhm.
I understand that, Becky is very sick,
it's my mother.
and but it's just it's really put a huge dent into my lifestyle, really, and I want to be supportive, and I feel like we have been, but my attitude's really changing, especially once we started cutting into our savings. We have two older kids, and they're 10 and 12,
Mhm.
and we'd like to provide them with college, at least in some capacity. But now, we're cutting into what little savings we have, to move Becky in and
It's
help
just
support
been
her. And
it's just been a lot for us lately.
Yes.
I don't know if we're making all the right decisions. We're really trying.
Mhm.
But Rich and Jake are our two boys. We've been putting money together in savings to pay for their college.
Okay.
In a few years, they're going to graduate, and we want to make sure that they're ready to go to school. But my mother, she's just going through this thing, and it's just been really hard on us,
Yeah. And I see that it's very stressful. It's very hard to go through this together. And I understand where you're coming through from, Alex. It's her mother bringing her into the family. It creates, a situation that it's a little uncomfortable sometimes, and unfortunately she's going through this illness.
It's just sometimes, like, Alex has done so much, and I know it's a lot to ask, but sometimes he gets a little upset and he wants to go and do other things, and I don't think we're spending our money wisely sometimes. Sometimes we need to pay for some of the treatment medications, and we have things that we need to pay for, and we're trying to keep our savings intact.
Right.
But then he goes and wants to go on a hunting trip, and he wants to go spend money going out
Well,
and
I'll be
doing other
honest with you.
things.
Sticking around the house lately is just, it's a huge drag. And I'll put it bluntly. It's cancer, but it's not like she's gonna die.
Well, we don't know that.
No. It's the doctor even said, it's in remission. Things are going good. Okay, but
It can come back.
And furthermore,
if we don't-
you're right. You can come back. It may, but I also feel like she's been milking this for everything. She's you know what, Alex, give me this. Alex, go this. Or if you're going out, get this from the store. And I feel like I have another kid. No, actually, actually, I feel like our 2 kids are.
She's my mother.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know this, but it's just getting to the point, and we need to. And you say, I tried telling you this the other night. The house isn't just a super fun place to be, and so yeah, you know what? I do take the boys hunting. I go hunting, and yeah, it all costs money. And do I feel a little guilty because we're short on money right now, and we're cutting into our savings? I do feel a little bit of guilty. I'm gonna be also honest with you, and you know this, so don't act surprised. But you know what? I'm kind of over the grieving, and I'm more mad. I'm getting pissed that
Okay. Well, I understand. So, part of the grieving process you get to is anger, and that might be the stage that you're at. Tamara, tell me little bit more about what stage of grief do you feel like you're in?
I just, I was a little bit upset at first, and then I was, I don't know, I felt like I would do anything to help her and try to get her whatever care she needed, and now I'm just sad. I see my mother in just not happy, and she's older, and yeah, it costs a bit, but that's no reason to get angry and upset, and it's just something we have to take care of, and she doesn't mean to be like that.
And
it's not her fault.
Well,
and
we have taken care of her, okay? And we have.
And how long have you guys had her in your house for?
It's been 9 months now.
9 months.
9 months now,
and do you see there being progression? Is she getting better?
Yes,
or?
she is.
Sometimes better, sometimes worse.
Okay.
There's sometimes that you think everything's going better, but then sometimes I think that she's starting to show other things, other signs that are complications.
Because Tamara's so sad all the time that they feed off each other. The doctor said 3 months ago that she's well enough to get her own place, and
would you be interested in doing something like that or looking into that?
But that
maybe sometime
it doesn't excuse. We still have to keep the money intact for our boys. That's the whole thing. Is that we would want to spend some money and have fun, but the fact is we can't afford it. We've been using the money to pay for everything and doing the right thing.
Okay, so
well, we could afford it prior to cancer and her moving in.
Okay,
and so now we can't afford it.
As I see it, there's your mother who needs financial assistance going through this illness, while also you want to provide for your 2 sons and their college expenses. Is there any other goals that you guys are looking forward to in the future, maybe short term, midterm, long term?
I just want my mother to be okay.
I would like for her to be okay also.
Yes.
And my boys to go.
And I think that she will be perfectly fine outside of our house.
Have you guys looked into maybe assisted nursing facilities?
Well, she won't consider it at all. I mean,
my mother
to my understanding, she is here for the long haul, and that is why
needs me.
I am gone a lot now.
Every time we've tried once to put her into a facility, and it didn't work. She needed me all the time, and I was going there because she's my mother, and I got to be there for her.
Okay.
And I just couldn't take that she would be alone, waking up in the middle of the night in pain, and need somebody that she knows, and then there's nobody there, and I'm sitting at home, and he's going off on his hunting, and we're spending our boys' college education away. I couldn't bear the idea of that. She needed to be with us.
Okay.
We just need to look at maybe budgeting a little bit more and taking this a little bit, being maybe a little less selfish.
We had a pretty good budget. We had things going along just fine, and now we're supporting a whole other person. Okay, and I make good money, but I am still bringing in the same amount of money. You make decent money. You're still bringing in that amount of money. However, I feel like you may not even have a job here pretty soon with as much time as you've been taking off. And your mom has been better for a while.
Okay.
And now we're having essentially another mouth to feed.
Okay.
Mm.
Let's pause right here and go back a little bit. So what do you do for a living, both of you, Tamara?
I'm a pharmacist.
Pharmacist?
Yeah,
Okay.
but
And you've been, have you been
Pharmacist
working?
assistant.
Okay. And
it's
have you been
still
working full time
the same.
or part time?
No, it's.
I was working full time a while ago, and I ended up kind of taking some time off, and when the boys were born, and then I've kind of worked a little bit here and there, a little bit less. I still can make good money and work part time, as just a little bit. It's just been so hard, you know. I got to be there for my mother, and she's been a lot of work, but you have to do it. It's she's in pain, she's in need.
But what's going to happen when all the money runs out?
Well, if we
So
weren't spending everything
You
on
and
these
me
other
and your
things that
mother
we
are going
don't
to be in
need,
pain and need
then-
on the street.
well, maybe we need to budget a little bit more. Instead of caring so much about these other things, we should maybe try to save and put our money to what really matters. Right?
Okay.
You know what? I'm
Well, let's
kind of
make a
done
plan.
just laying around being sad. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But I'm going to go out
Let's
and do
pause
things.
right here and make a plan to look at your budget. I think that would be a good first step. What are you spending your money on? What are you bringing in?
Mm-hmm.
And how the cost of the treatments may add on to the current list of expenses that you have. So that's one thing that I want you guys to.
I mean, that's all the
So-
expenses are.
Okay, mostly just treatment
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And then
for a
with
mother.
Tamara not working anymore,
Okay.
um,
And what do you do, Alex?
I'm a doctor.
You're a doctor.
Hmm.
Okay. And so, what field are you in?
Family practice.
Family practice.
Yep.
Okay. And how's that going?
It's going fine. You know, I mean, I'm having to work a lot more than I'd like to cover this other end. And you know what? I fully acknowledge that your mom's sick and sad and everything, but we can't just stay sad. We got to work on getting better, and she's doing so much better. Okay.
We can take this a little at a time. You know, there's no need to rush the grieving process because I know it can be difficult. And I know you're in a different
But
stage.
what are we grieving? I mean, it's
than
not like
Tara.
she died. I mean,
She's
True.
not the same, and I just want her to come back and be how she was. And
look, she doesn't understand. Okay, her doctor is a real good friend of mine. All right, and you know what? He's a straight shooter. When he tells me that, you know what, she's gonna have full recovery, all this stuff, blah blah blah. You know what? I believe him. Okay, we've been doing this for a lot of years. And I try to tell her that, and they want to sit around and mope all day.
Is there any way the doctor could come and explain that maybe
I mean,
a
he's
little
done
bit more
it a time.
clear?
I mean, he's done it plenty of times.
Okay.
I mean, the checkups here, you're good to go. You can get out there and start doing the things you used to do. And you know what? All really she does is lay around the house and tell me to do things.
Okay.
it's just she's getting older, and it's not just the cancer, I guess, but maybe she's getting to an age that she just doesn't act the same. She's getting.
I
to
really
the
can't
point-
take this anymore. We're all getting older by the minute. We are all getting older by the minute.
But she's my mother, and she's getting older, and we need to take care of her.
I'm your husband, and I'm getting older.
Well, yeah, but
And-
this is family,
and to be
and I
completely-
feel like you're being really
So- and
selfish
we're
about
family.
this.
You and our family, right? We are
Yeah.
a couple,
Yes.
and I don't feel like we've had any time together in the last year and a half, have we?
No.
So why do you blame me if I go and hunt?
I don't know. I guess it's just the money, maybe, and I'm still maybe I'm not over just seeing my mom getting older. All right.
You know, I know
Okay.
this is a very stressful situation. Tamara, can you tell me a little bit more about your relationship with your mother?
My mother is everything to me. She pretty much raised me by herself.
So you're very well connected and
Yes.
have strong feelings.
Yes. She's been living nearby us for the last 15 years, and I see her all the time, and I've seen how her health has declined, and the doctors, they say, oh, she's going to be fine, but I can tell. I can see there's a difference. And I just, putting her into a home,
And so
I just don't know
the
if
pharmacy tech has a medical degree.
it's different though. You look at it as she's just a machine, but she has feelings, she has emotions.
I know she has feelings.
She's more than
I'm very
just
close to your mom.
a-
However,
a-
since this incident, look,
a patient,
here's what it comes
okay.
down to: is we both like her spending. She's always liked her spending. Okay, we're starting to cut into our savings. Okay, and granted, you know what? On my pay, it hasn't been that much of a savings. We haven't really planned ahead. Okay, but we weren't prepared to take this situation in. It kind of is what it is.
Right.
Whether I'm happy or sad or mad, it just kind of is what it is. And I know you're not necessarily here to fix our marriage or anything like that, but I mean, trying to paint a picture for you, and it's not good. I mean, we're cutting into our savings. We're spending way more on your mother than I ever anticipated, and
I would work more if I could. It's just I need to take care of her.
no,
She won't
you
work
can't.
very well at the assisted living place.
Well, have you ever considered maybe bringing in a nurse so that you could work outside of the home? Then the nurse could watch her while you work.
I guess I
Have you
haven't thought of
considered
that.
That option?
That could maybe work because
Would
then
you
she'd
be
feel more comfortable.
Yeah, I
in
mean,
the
Open to
house.
that,
I'd
perhaps?
be open to that, but I just figured the costs are going to offset each other. I mean, you're going to pay a
You think
nurse,
so?
and then
That is more expensive than the assisted living that we saw.
Are there
Well, I
any
mean, it depends
other
on how
options
much you
that
can
you
make.
can think of that might help alleviate this cutting into savings?
Well,
yeah, I mean,
he
she has
suggested
a cell
that
phone. I mean, if she needs anything, she's texting me constantly all day. When are you coming home? Will you stop by and get this? And I'm like, you're sitting right there next to her. Why can't you go get it? But they
I
won't let
just
me.
don't want to leave her.
So
Okay. I see we're kind of at a standstill at this point. Let's move on to discussing maybe your children a little bit more.
Okay.
You're saving for college. I know we've discussed you're kind of cutting into savings with the treatment plan, but what have you saved up so far for their college expenses?
Well, we had about 100,000 put away in an account, a savings account that we set aside just strictly for them, and then my mother got cancer, and
Okay.
it's taken out of it, and also having the extra expense, as Alex said, that it has caused us to live a little bit outside of our means that we had before, and
Right.
I guess I've also cut down my hours, so
Okay.
it's really cut into it a bit, and
And how
but I
much
really-
would you say? Like 50% or?
she hardly works anymore.
I mean,
I
but
actually don't remember the last time you got a paycheck.
well, I really want my children to go to college.
Okay.
And I know my mother would want that.
I'll be honest with you. You know, before this happened, I just always anticipated that, you know what, you know, the money I make, you know what, yeah, we'll just, you know, pay for a semester, you know, just kind of as it comes, because, you know, I make decent money. However, I can see that's not the case, having to take care of your mother, and so
Yeah.
that's why we're in here. I mean, something has to be done.
Okay. Well, as you said before, I think that your mother, Becky, is getting better. and maybe treatments might become less and less. So would it be possible that some of that money can now be moved or shifted into savings for college, for retirement, for any other plans that you have coming up?
If she's getting better, then I guess we could.
She is getting better, and I'm not sure why she needs the 10,000 count hotel sheets or whatever it is, but it's expenses like that.
Okay. And that's something we can definitely look into. So let's do this. Next week, I want to see you guys again. And I'd like you to bring in all the expenses that you pay in a usual, typical month.
Okay.
I'd like to see where your money's going.
Mm-hmm.
I'd also like to see like your bank statements and retirement accounts and everything like that. So maybe we can make a better plan moving forward on what our next steps should be towards savings, towards finding something for your mom, something we can all agree upon to move forward.
Okay.
How does that sound?
If it's gonna get me back to where I can get my life back, that sounds great.
Okay. Well, we'll definitely make that a goal to reach in the future, and I think
I'm willing to work with it.
That's good.
If she's getting better, but I just don't want to leave her high and dry,
Right.
and just, she's my mother. I have to take care of her.
Of course, yes. That sounds great. Okay, I will make an appointment for next week to see you both.
Okay.
Thank you guys
so
for coming
much.
in.
Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you.